This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, podcaster, speaker, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
Well, it's Tuesday. We're getting in the flow of the 2-episode-a-week thing again. Y'all feeling good? I mean, we're doing more shows now, the Tuesday thing. Anything happen this weekend? I mean, it was September 11th over the weekend. I mean,
Labor Day. Labor Day.
Oh, yeah. Labor Day was a week and a half ago. Yeah. Did you do anything?
Yeah, I hosted a little shindig for some neighbors. It was a birthday party for one of my neighbors. And
don't you always do that? No, I mean, isn't that like every day for you? Yeah.
It's quite a bit. Quite a bit happening out in the old backyard. But this is the first time I've been visited by law enforcement, and they came out twice on Saturday night. And at this point...
Oh, he's okay. He's white. He'll be fine.
Honestly, that's Derek. How it was. I mean, Derek, I almost convinced the officer to join us in the backyard, and he told me, he whispered to me. He literally did this. He goes, "I got a body cam on. I can't. I got a body cam. They're watching." That's literally what he
really
told me.
said that?
Yes, but he said it out of range of the body cam.
Oh my gosh.
I think I just have one bitter neighbor who they're the type that just finds.
Whoa! Did you invite the entire block except one home?
It was Yes. No.
I was going to say, that's who called the police.
I think I know who called the cops.
This was mostly family members of my neighbor who were in town for her birthday, and we offered to use our backyard to host the birthday party. But anyway, as it went from day to night, and all the kids went home, and it was went from family pool party, just grown ups hanging out. We did my friend was born in the 80s, so we did 80s trivia on a projector. You could tell, not only was the second officer who arrived at the scene to tell us to keep it down, not only was he surprised at seeing a bunch of nerdy suburban, couples sitting around a slideshow projector on Saturday night at 10:30 doing trivia, you could tell he was disappointed. He was in the mode where he wanted to run and chase down some teenagers leaving a kegger. Right. You could tell he was in the mood to jump some fences that night, right? And he came back, and again, I think we still had plenty of food left, and he was very tempted, and he knew, no lie, he knew the question. It was a question about an 80s movie. I think it was what was that one? Never Ending Story. He straight up yelled the answer and was right. I could tell my dude really wanted to hang. And he wasn't a young guy. He looked like he'd been on the force for a while. I mean, full goatee action. Looked like he used the police weight room quite a bit. He looked like the type of officer that he wasn't used to stumbling into trivia nights. And I really wish he would have hung out. I really wish he would have. And I could tell he wanted to. Like I said, he whispered right in my ear about the body cam. So it was.
Was he slowly caressing your hair when he did that? That sounds weird. What do you mean he whispered in your ear? He didn't want
his microphone to pick it up. He didn't want his thing.
About this is weird.
This is odd, bro.
Look, he was a person too, and there's something fun about trivia. Okay, I'm sure if he was a podcast listener, he was playing right along with us on last episode when we were doing romance novels,
and Taylor Swift. Yeah.
So it was quite eventful.
So we're glad you're okay. We're glad that you weren't arrested for your trivia getting out of hand.
For trivia night.
I talked my way out of it.
Yeah. Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, we talk to author, speaker Rebekah Lyons. She joins us. We talk about what it means to surrender our yes to God. It's a great conversation. Also, at the end of the show, we have a very special What's Jesse Thinking? You don't want to miss that. But stay tuned. Right now, up next, it's Slices.
But if you have to
You're listening to Omar Apollo. The song is Go Away. Go Away. That was actually my high school nickname. Go Away. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
Have you been working on a new jingle, or are we too busy?
I've been working on the magazine, so.
Okay. So you've been actually doing the important work that we tried to create, not updated Slices jingle.
Let's try to get a priority shift.
Sorry, everyone, the magazine's late, but here's a new jingle.
What am I thinking?
All right. What do you have, Jesse?
All right, I have a story that involves a secret code, a conspiracy, some internet users going rogue to get to the bottom of something, and now, as of like last week, an investigation by the federal government. You guys probably all know the conspiracy I'm talking about. It is, one that I think is of great national concern. And it is, why is it that when you go to McDonald's, there's a pretty good chance the McFlurry machine is broken?
I need the answer to this, please.
Okay, it's a pretty big deal. In fact, so many people have had. There's a lot of people who are like McFlurry loyalists. I've had McFlurries. I don't think there's anything to write home about, but some people really, really love McFlurries. In fact, one of the writers for Wired Magazine who did a deep dive on this whole conspiracy at one point just casually wanted to, as some sort of anecdote, just anecdotally, he looked at how many people joked about spending their stimulus checks on repairing their local McDonald's McFlurry machine, and he said he stopped keeping track at 200 people making the same joke. It's one of those things where a lot of people are upset. In fact, some enterprising programmer actually set up a site that is called McBroken.com, and what it does is
I'm on McBroken.com right now.
It uses a bot to automatically attempt to place an online order. This is from Wired Magazine for ice cream at every McDonald's in America every 20 to 30 minutes, and then measures the results and reveals at any time, this is in a 2-month window, somewhere between 5 to 16% of the McFlurry machines are broken.
Right now, currently, 12.61%, 12.6% of McDonald's ice cream machines are broken. In New York, it's 31%.
Yeah,
in New York City.
So this isn't just like a conspiracy theory. This seems like, okay, something's going on because McDonald's makes something like $19 billion a year. And so it seems like it wouldn't be that hard to have functioning ice cream machines.
This is crazy. I'm looking at my neighborhood. My closest McDonald's, it's down right now.
Does the red mean it's down? Yeah.
The red dot. And then I have 7 green ones around that. But
So a young guy named Jerry O'Sullivan, basically made it his mission. He saw a business opportunity here. He's like, well, maybe I can, create something that would actually fix these machines. Well, through an odyssey of development, and he actually, him and his partner, they both kind of, established, sort of a business where they would get investments to come up with a solution to this problem. Eventually, after a lot of start and stops, they developed a device called a kitch, and basically it's short for kitchen. And basically this is a device that you can plug onto the side of one of these McDonald's machines that are made by a company called Taylor, and it will perform a diagnosis and tell you what's wrong. Evidently, they're really complex to operate, and they're only made by one company, and they cost franchisees about $18,000 to purchase one of these McFlurry machines.
Wow.
Well, what they discovered is that there is a secret hidden panel, like a secret hidden menu that's not even referenced in the machine's instruction booklet, that is only accessible by a series of buttons you have to press. It's like 16 different commands you have to press in order to even access a panel that will run a diagnostic. Now, their tool quickly became very effective, and they started selling subscriptions to local McDonald's franchises that they could pay them like $10 or $15 a month and get this diagnostics, and they could repair their own machines. Well, the company that was making the machines, has sent them a cease and desist. Things have gotten ugly. Jerry O'Sullivan and his partner even have theorized that this company has taken some of their devices in an attempt to reverse engineer them to figure out how they work and how to prevent them from working, because there there is a conspiracy that involves the company Taylor and McDonald's conspiring to make sure that the only way that these machines can be repaired is with a licensed repair person that often charges thousands of dollars. So not only can Taylor make $18,000 per the sale of one machine, they know that if they continuously break, it's an additional stream of revenue to send a repair person and kind of fleece these franchise owners out of an additional thousands of dollars every couple months, because they're not only are they incredibly finicky and easy to break, even to access the panel that shows what's broken, you have to be a licensed technician. But the company's providing the technicians. So it could be this devious thing that's happening behind the scenes. So much so that last week the Federal Trade Commission announced, and the Wall Street Journal broke this story, that the Federal Trade Commission is going to open up into an investigation into what's going on between this company Taylor, McDonald's, and this Vice Kitch, and that if these machines are actually, as some people theorize, made to break. And so that they can be fixed at a premium price. It's a crazy story.
I get it for the company, the manufacturer. I don't get it why McDonald's would be okay with that.
Well, according to the Wired article, the theory is that just as part of their modus operandi, McDonald's is very loyal to longtime vendors. And that, because they've worked with this company for so long, that they are going to continue to work with them. And, also because of their franchise model, it's not really McDonald's, the big McDonald's, that is absorbing a lot of these costs. A lot of times the local franchise owner who has to, pay the maintenance fees or just leave their machines not operational. And so, I'm not trying to malign this company, Taylor, because a lot of this is theoretical at this point, but you can read a deep dive investigation into it in Wired magazine, which ran recently, or you can look at the Wall Street Journal report about the FTC investigation. Soon we'll have answers. We don't know what's going on right now, but
it feels like a Dominion voting machine scandal.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, and they didn't, none of them said this directly, but it seems pretty clear that Hugo Chavez was involved here. And so I'm going to unleash the Kraken, and I will get cyber ninjas to do their thing. And about a year and a half from now, maybe we'll have less answers than we do.
Do y'all get ice cream at McDonald's? I can't think of
I don't remember the last time I've been to McDonald's.
Oh, I was at McDonald's 2 days ago, but I don't get ice cream when I'm there.
Oh, I don't remember the last time I've eaten there.
I've had a McFlurry plenty of times. The coolest thing about the McFlurry is the shape of the spoon, which is, for some reason, just has kind of open.
Because that's the stir. They attach the spoon to the McFlurry machine.
Oh, because it kind of has that open end
thing with the spoon, so the spoon's already in it.
For my money, I'm going with DQ. You give me a Blizzard.
Blizzard.
When they turn that thing upside down and you're standing at the drive-thru and you can see how thick it is, and you ever get into the staring match with the Dairy Queen person? I want to see how long you're going to hold that upside down. How much do you trust the creaminess of that ice cream? Because usually they just go up and down. Look, hey, here's your Frosty up, and every once in a while you'll get one, and they're just holding that Blizzard, and you're like, keep going, keep going. You're just staring into the void, like, how far can we take it? And then they flip it back over. It's a thrill every time you get a Dairy Queen.
My favorite ice cream is Jenny's.
What's Jenny's? Oh, that's the real ice cream. That's not like McDonald's.
I like it. People will send us Jenny's as gifts, and it's real fun to get.
Are you for real? Look, okay, listen. Relevant.
But you have Jenny's in Nashville.
Yes, but send me some Jenny's for my birthday. That's what I'm saying. Just go. I didn't know they was doing it like that. Yeah,
I think we have Jenny's in Austin now. That's what I think.
Wow. We got 12 Jenny's in Nashville. Yeah. Nashville is a Jenny's fan. That we're Jenny's fans here.
All right, what do you have, Jamie?
Okay, well, I'm wondering, were any of you guys Boy Scouts?
Nah, I wanted to be, but my mom was like, "Nah, we ain't doing all that."
Royal Rangers. I went to Assemblies of God Church.
What is that?
That's the
Royal
church
Rangers
Boy Scout?
is like the church Boy Scout program.
Did you
for
earn
kids.
badges and stuff?
Yep, and had the camping.
Why Christians got to rip off everything? Well, that is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So, Derek, you wanted to be a Boy Scout, but your mom wouldn't let you.
Mama was like, I don't got time for all this.
All right, so this one Boy Scout, his name's Omkar. He was 16. All right, 16 years old, and he is an Eagle Scout, which I didn't know this until this past year, is that being an Eagle Scout is like a really big deal, right? You went all the way. Is it? I don't know. People put on their resumes like they're going into college and they're like, "Oh, I'm an Eagle Scout."
If someone in their 20s
put that on their resume.
Flexes
No,
with their
I mean
Eagle
a
Scout,
resume going to college.
Even then, it's a red flag. It's like, okay, well, you know.
Okay, listen.
Fake military.
I don't know anything about Boy Scouts or Eagle Scouts, but I was on this committee last year where we were interviewing seniors going into college. And every time a kid came in and he said he was an Eagle Scout, all the other moms were like, "Oh, congratulations!" So I guess it was a big deal. I don't know.
An Eagle Scout's the type that would show up to a trivia night and not want to participate because they got a body cam on, right? Like they play a little too tight by the rules, okay? Like, they're not going to look the other way if you got a corner here and there. They're gonna.
Well, this Omkar kid was 16 years old, and I had to look this up because I didn't know how many badges you needed to become an Eagle Scout. According to the internet, you need 21 merit badges. All right, 21. Doesn't sound like that big of a deal. 21 badges. This kid earned all badges possible, 137 badges, and he's 16 years old. And so in the 111 year of history of Boy Scouts, there have been 110 million scouts, none of you guys and none of my kids. Fewer than 500 have ever done that. So whatever you think about Boy Scouts, we're going to give...
but what is the badge? Like, what do you do?
Hey,
Like,
bro was out there roughing it.
Here's some of the badges. There's first aid. There's citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, communication,
what
cooking.
do you have to do to earn it? You know what I mean? Like, do you like go like first aid? Okay, so I know how to administer first aid. I could learn that in an hour, and then I earn a badge.
I have no idea. I've never been a Boy Scout, but I'm sure there are things you do.
If I was hiring, I'd be like, it's very impressive with these badges, but unfortunately, this job does not require knot tying or birdhouse making, and so
I don't see how your skills translate. I'm sorry. Why is this on your resume?
You must be a hard worker.
I'm sure he is.
Y'all gonna leave my man alone. He caught all the badges.
You're good at bird watching.
All the badges.
Real talk. This kid's a teenager. Is 16. That is very impressive. Like especially someone at
He
his
can
age.
name every bird in his region.
Look, at 16, I couldn't even finish my homework.
I know. I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to him for doing his homework and getting
we don't know. He might have flunked out of school.
Badge.
He might. You don't know,
dude. I doubt it. Listen, I don't think I would have qualified literally for one of those badges at the age of 16. Like it is very impressive he was able to do it. I just
y'all are acting like he's listening to this show. Like, you guys are like,
I'm just saying there's a long running joke on this podcast from way back with Order of the Bow where I used to clown on Eagle Scouts just to get under the skin. But I don't want to sit here and pick on a 16-year-old for doing something that there's no way I could have done. Like, not only did I not have the motivation, which I certainly did not, but I don't think I would have had the skills to make all that happen.
Are you clowning on someone who's in their 30s still telling people that he was an Eagle Scout?
Guilty.
Yes.
Guilty.
Yeah.
a former cast
Very
member was
guilty.
very proud of his Eagle Scoutiness. And
you're kidding.
Jesse would not let it go.
You're kidding.
I said some things that let me just say were not kind, and I stand by it.
Stand by it to this day.
But the world's not kind is the lesson here. Okay,
You gotta
It's
be
a cruel
prepared.
world for Eagle Scouts. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. Jesse started his old. I mean, this is a true thing. We made merch and everything for sale. People bought merch, and it was called Order of the Bow. Order of the Bow, and it was his own version of the Boy Scouts, and it was it was everything the Boy Scouts was not. Was
Stood
the Order
against,
of the Bow.
Stood against.
Yeah.
We encourage reckless camping. Okay, like we encourage
leave all your fires going when you leave.
Exactly. Safety is actually, in our world, is a bad thing.
Yeah.
We, our retreats are incredibly dangerous, and we will leave men behind easily. We do it pretty much every time someone's left out there.
We
to
made
fend for
T-shirts.
themselves.
We made hats. I mean, there are people who wearing Order of the Bow merchandise right now because Jesse's feelings about Eagle Scouts. All right.
We determined that conflicts were not resolved through words or hierarchy, but through rock fights. And it was,
Did you say rock fights where you throw rocks at one another?
Theoretically.
I think
that
that's
would
called
be how we
stoning,
respond.
Jesse. I think that's in the Bible. It's not a good thing.
No, this isn't punishment. This isn't punishment. This is your punishment is we leave you behind in the forest and you have to find your way out with no supplies or a compass.
Oh man. All right. What do you have, Derek?
Well, we're still in a global pandemic. Obviously, COVID-19. I just got over it. It was a extremely awful and terrible disease. So I understand everybody doing what they need to do to take care of themselves
And keep others safe.
Keep others safe. That is extremely important. I also understand that, everyone doesn't agree with everyone's methods on how to keep themselves safe. I also understand that we have been in this pandemic for going on 2 years. We're getting stir crazy, right? There's plans. We've pushed back, trips and all those different things. Well, certain places are like, hey, if you don't have a vaccine, you can't come here. Certain places are like, hey, if you don't have a vaccine, you got to quarantine for 10 days before we let you in our country because we're trying to figure out how to end this pandemic. Well, my homegirl Chloe had a great idea. She said she's going to buy fake vaccine card. She's going to say that she's been vaccinated so she can bypass the quarantine in Hawaii. It's only made one mistake.
I'm so stressed out right now.
She probably would have got away with it if she spelled Moderna correctly.
Chloe.
My homegirl Chloe. She said she's 24 years old.
Oh, Chloe.
She just wanted to go out to Hawaii and titillate. That's all she wanted to do. But instead,
in the low tide.
But in the low tide.
The lighthouse keepers are crawling.
Lighthouses are everywhere out there.
Bunch
My
of
homegirl
hunky widows.
Chloe,
Yeah.
she would have got away with it, but she made two mistakes. She said, one, she spelled Moderna instead of MODERNA. She spelled it MADERNA. And it makes me wonder, was she trying to spell Medea instead? I don't know. But it looked like, she's struggling there. And then on top of that, she said she had got it in Delaware. And Delaware said, we don't even know who this girl is. So that, she clearly lied a lot. She didn't have the hotel she said she was staying at. She lied to Hawaii about that. So,
oh my gosh, Chloe.
She blew it for sure. So I looked up, I said, well, what is the punishment for this? The punishment is a misdemeanor, $5,000 fine and or 1 year in jail.
Man, I'm playing around.
So, Chloe, you might should have went to Florida instead of Hawaii, but because they don't care nothing about Florida. You'd have been straight. You could have went down there coughing and all that. They would have let you wherever you wanted to go.
In Florida, it's true. I mean, it's like there's like the government is doing nothing, and so you start to see business owners and stuff like it's Wild West out here. And so the business owners can do whatever they want. And that's kind of the whole point of our governor's stance, right? I saw a sign going around here in Florida of a Chinese restaurant, and the sign said, lunch special, $1,500. Get 99% off if you have your vaccine card. I thought that was an interesting incentive. Interesting.
Well, I keep my vaccine card in my wallet for COVID and for horseworms and my other one.
You have your horse deworming pill card.
I can show you documented proof that I don't have horseworms and I don't have COVID. And so,
did you
guys,
see?
I really don't like it when people are making fake cards. I think this is.
I know it's shady.
I think it is shady.
Like, come on. Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, I get, I may not personally agree, but I get people who are taking personal stands. But when forgery and fraud
that's how I feel
the equation,
too. Like you don't. No one's telling you have to get the vaccine, but I don't think we should be lying
that's
about
my
it.
thing. You can't have it both ways. Like, this is my issue. Like, I understand people, and I've said this privately, and I'll say it publicly. I understand when people are like, you know what, I don't want to get a vaccine because it goes in my body. Like, I understand that. You know what I mean? I don't, it's your body, whatever. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say I'm not going to get a vaccine and then I'm going to forge vaccine papers. I'm going to not wear a mask. I'm not social distancing. Like, you can't have it both ways. It's like you have to do something to do whatever. Like, if you don't want to get the vaccine, cool. But bro, don't forge the papers. And if you're going to forge the papers, at least do the research.
Spell it right.
Spell it. Moderna, it's not that hard. You could have Googled it. Like, it's like, I was watching Suicide Squad, and there's a scene where the guy Bloodsport is, his daughter comes in and she had committed a crime. And when she committed the crime, he was not mad that she committed the crime. He was mad that she committed a dumb crime. And that's kind of how I feel with Chloe. And I'm like, you just could have spelled it right. Why didn't you just Google it?
The funny thing is, like, on my card, I took a picture of it when I got it, the vaccine, and I had the J&J shot, and it spelled Janssen, Jansen. And somebody commented on my post, was like, I think you got some bootleg kind of unofficial. Where are you right now? And I'm like, actually, I'm at a mobile unit on the corner right now. I don't know. What did I just get? And I learned.
You got the Jansport shot.
I learned that Janssen is one of the brand names at Johnson Johnson. Okay, it's official. All right, it's official.
Okay.
Yeah. I got 3 Janssen and Janssen shots right in my neck.
And I grew an extra toe overnight.
You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe this. As soon as days later, I was diagnosed with a horseworm.
Yeah,
so I don't know what was in that Janssen and Janssen.
I got the Medea shot, and all of a sudden my hair turned gray, and I started cussing everybody out. I don't know what happened.
I'm getting something telling me I'm getting some hilarious hijinks this Halloween. All
right, well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Rebekah Lyons joins us.
Don't that make you feel alone?
You're listening to Rag and Bone Man and Nothing But Thieves. The song is Alone. Well, today's show is also brought to you by UHSM. I know we're all tired of the rising cost of healthcare. That's why we're so happy to share a little bit about WeShare. WeShare is a health sharing program powered by UHSM, a Christian health sharing ministry. Now, health sharing isn't insurance. These programs are member-based fellowships where faithful people exercise their right to take charge of their own healthcare. Learn more about how WeShare is restoring faith in healthcare at weshare.org. That's weshare.org. Well, our guest today is Rebekah Lyons. She's an author and speaker who uses her personal story of overcoming anxiety, depression, and consumer impulses to encourage others. She's the co-founder of Q Ideas, an organization that helps equip Christians on how to wisely engage culture. Her latest book is called A Surrendered Yes, and it explores how we can find freedom and rest in saying yes to God in the midst of uncertainty. Rebekah spoke with our very own Emily Brown about how we can practice saying yes, the importance of rest, and how we can find freedom and surrender. Here's our conversation with Rebekah Lyons.
A surrendered yes is just letting go of your plans, your idea of what life never looks as planned. But the surrender is being willing to do that with the understanding that there's something you can't see, there's something you're journeying into. And I would say the yes. So a lot of times surrender is just letting go of what you expected. But then the yes is, I think, an invitation to do something that you might have been hesitant to do, afraid to do, felt a nudge from God, a prompt, something that you can't shake. I kind of call it like sand in your shoe. It's irritating, but it comes back around, every few months, maybe every few years. If it's a bigger thing, maybe it's growing your family, moving across country, shifting careers. But it can also be an everyday surrendered yes that looks just like I'm going to choose gratitude, no matter how hard the circumstances look right now, or I'm going to lean into a difficult conversation that I'd rather avoid. Partly the surrender and the yes is that we know that it's for our good. So we don't shrink back or avoid or escape. Even if it's going to make us uncomfortable or we're nervous about the outcome, we trust that it's still the right thing to do.
Yes. Yeah. I love that so much. And what I really love too is throughout the book, you reference your own life and journey with just a lot of the different things that the Lord has asked you to say yes to. So I'd like, I just kind of want to hear more, like, how did you get to this place where you learned to say a surrendered yes? Because you've been asked of a lot. There's a lot of big things that you've had to say yes to in your life.
All along the way, we say yes to things we don't really want to as kids. It's just part of life. You get in line, you obey the rules, you do the right thing. Now you can obviously get rebellious against that. Certainly I've had that season too, where I just am like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's a resistant no, not a surrendered yes. So I've lived in all those ways. And I think most of us have, if we're honest. But I would say the probably most paramount thing that shifted my posture towards God of just trusting his sovereignty in places I couldn't see was when we had our firstborn son, Cade, who I was 26, and we found out 6 hours later he had a Down syndrome diagnosis. And I had testing that would have indicated otherwise, a false negative. And it just definitely caught me off guard. I was unprepared for that. And yet you surrender to it. You love your child. You want to learn everything you can. I just felt very ill-equipped and didn't know what I didn't even know. And I would say 20 years later, I still don't know what I don't know. But I just think the goal and the piece is that whatever our journey looks like, God doesn't leave us, and he gives us the grace and the strength and the peace to keep going. And so really, in so many ways, I would say a surrendered yes is a lot like endurance. It's a lot like, what does it look to never give up or persevere in something that's hard? When we take circumstances we may have not chosen, and we then turn those for good to help encourage other people who might be walking through something similar, and that's the point, that we're not overcome by hard things, but we grow through them, we surrender to them, we grow through them, and then we help encourage others to do the same.
One of the things I think so many people struggle with is learning that no is actually a really good yes. And that's something that I've had, people in my life kind of remind me that, saying no is actually a version of yes, but that's still really hard for people. So I don't know, do you have any advice for people that they just want to say yes to everything, but it's not necessarily the right yes?
Yeah, I think our no or our yes is always about the motives behind them. And so if we're saying yes to something because we really could care less about doing it, we don't want to do it, we're doing it because we feel shame if we don't, pressure, people pleasing, whatever, then we should consider why we're doing it. But I also think some people will say no because they just don't want to do the effort. They actually know it's something they should be doing, but they don't want to put the time in. They don't want to do the work. And that's not a healthy no. That's a no of avoidance and escapism. And so I think it's really going like, what are the motives and what are the outcomes of that yes or that no? If that outcome of that yes or that no is going to produce greater love and joy and peace and strength and grace in my life and in the ones and those around me, then that's a healthy yes or that's a healthy no. If it's actually going to help me avoid pain, if it's going to help me like kind of indulge in like living in my brain and not being vulnerable and not connected with people, if it's going to cost me in friendships or relationships that are going to grow me, then I think we have to really be honest with ourselves. Are we running from pain? Are we avoiding? Are we working toward healing and growth? And so I just think it's really good to be honest before the Lord consistently and before our community, trusted few friends, and be nimble. Be nimble in what life looks like, what your cadence and your rhythms for that season looks like. Be nimble in how you spend your time, but also if obedience is asking surrender because it really is producing growth, then make sure you hang in there for that as well.
That was Rebekah Lyons. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com for more of that conversation. It's great stuff. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's What's Jesse Thinking?
I don't know how you make your way, but I know you will. I don't know how you make your way, but I know you will. You've been good on every promise, from Eden to Zion, through every day, and I live that great. I don't know how
You're listening to Hillsong United. Song is Know You Will. Well, today's episode is brought to you by podcast creation platform Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor yet, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. There are custom tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every major platform. The cool thing is you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Okay, it's time for...
What's Jesse thinking? Huh?
You know he spends most of his waking hours thinking about weird wormhole conspiracies. He spends most of his sleeping hours dreaming about those conspiracies. And so we thought this would be a good forum for Jesse to tell us all the things that he's thinking about. It's time for What's Jesse Thinking? What do you have this week, Jesse?
Well, I'm thinking about, people that have had some grand, ambitious visions that were never fully realized. But, we can kind of reflect back on and be like, man, what could have been? And it reminds me of the story of a Danish immigrant named Gunzo Blorglum. Okay, you probably don't know his name.
Do you know his name? Are you sure you said that right?
I'm gonna spell it for you. Gutzon. That's his first name. Gutzon.
Uh-huh.
And then Borglum. Borglum.
Yeah, Borglum. Yeah.
So anyway, our good friend Gutzon Borglum probably knew he wasn't going to have a career in politics because his name's almost impossible to pronounce. It's like, if he were alive today,
it's like,
if he were alive today, he would absolutely, people would question the validity of his vaccination card because it's a crazy name. But anyway, he is the individual who wanted future civilizations to, and again, I should preface, he was born in like the, all this took place between like the 1920s to the 1940s. So, he had a vision to be able to pass on to future generations the message of kind of the American dream. He was a beneficiary of it. He really wanted to share it with others. And so his vision was to create Mount Rushmore and to carve the heads of founding fathers into the side of a mountain. And he ended up getting the funding for it. We all are familiar with Mount Rushmore.
It really is a very random thing when you think about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, and the reason is he really felt passionately that if the best way I can preserve these values is to carve these heads on here, and that future generations, that no matter what happens down the road, like thousands of years ago, any records of America are disappeared in whatever natural disaster, somebody will discover these heads on the mountain and want to know the history of America and hopefully rediscover the value. But he after construction got underway, he realized there was a flaw in his plan. Okay, this is the late 1920s. He realized that what if they find this thing and don't know who these faces are? Like, what if the future generation stumbles upon Mount Rushmore and it's just four rando white dudes up there? What message is this going to bring? And so he decided that he was going to build a secret staircase and a secret room that is not accessible. You can't get there unless you kind of know where the location of this rock staircase is, which is closed
George
to the public.
Washington's nostril, and
you're not too far off. It's like directly behind one of Abraham Lincoln's eyes.
Wow.
And so his vision was that, and I'm going to read this is from a piece on Discovery. I'm sorry, right behind Abraham Lincoln's hairline. Okay, so right behind there, he envisioned a chamber that would hold all major historical documents of the United States, including the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. There would be a doorway with a gold-plated eagle stretching 38 feet wide, and behind this goal would be the most valuable documents that a future generation would find and realize everything about America. Well, unsurprisingly, the federal government was not too keen on the idea of taking all of our precious national monuments and putting them inside of the most random monument in the country, which is 4 white dudes' heads
in South Dakota,
in the middle of South Dakota. Yeah. But after for years, this secret room existed and was kind of forgotten about. Like, he built out the room. There's just no documents in there. Well, after years and decades of protest, his son or his family actually got the government to help fund something in that room that is a massive porcelain tablet that contains this message. Let us place here, carved high, as close to the heavens as we can, the words of our leaders, their faces, to show posterity what manner of men they were. Then breathe a prayer that these records will endure until the wind and rain alone shall wear them away. And inside are porcelain tablets with a history of America of them, hidden in a secret room behind Mount Rushmore that nobody can get to. So there's literally a secret room behind Mount Rushmore with national secrets.
Did you fall asleep watching a Nicolas Cage movie last night?
That does sound like it.
This is why I was thinking about it. This segment's called "What?" How can you not think about? How can you know that there's a secret room behind Mount Rushmore with weird porcelain tablets and not want to think about that and not think, I think I could sneak in there and get a look around, because evidently no one's been in there in only like 20 years. So who knows what's going on up there? But does anyone else not think that is one of the most interesting random things I could possibly know? A secret room with porcelain tablets hidden behind Abraham Lincoln's eye line.
It reminds me of Nicolas Cage's tomb that he bought for himself, the pyramid.
In New Orleans
and stuff. They built a pyramid tomb for himself. I feel like that there's things hidden in that too. Yeah. But you're going to say, Derek?
This just remind me that white people really love
white
America.
Oh.
And I like America for sure. Like, I ain't going nowhere. This mug is dope. You know what I'm saying? We got Twitter, we got Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We got
everybody in the world does.
We got a lot, but it started here. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got a lot of cool stuff. We got Christian romance novels. You know what I'm saying? We got all kinds of, we got Taylor Swift. We got all types of things.
Taylor Swift.
But it's like, you know what I mean? But just the idea, my man, just, it's like the presidents are gods to some people. And you know what I mean? Like, it's like weird. It's like weird. I'm like, I like America, but I'm not going to petition for hundreds of years to you know what I'm saying, to get a room with all of the secrets of America in it that's locked away for people thousands of years to have to try to get. Y'all ain't even going to why can't you just make it a museum where everybody can see the secrets? Why can't we all? I want to see some of the American secrets. I like them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
then they wouldn't be secrets anymore.
But that's the problem. Why we got to have secrets? We supposed to love one another, and this is a Christian nation, right? You can't have secrets in a Christian nation. We supposed to be honest with one another. That's a commandment.
The thing about carving faces onto large natural formations, it just doesn't seem like the wisest long-term choice to me.
It was a weird call.
But think about like Stone Mountain in Atlanta.
Sure.
On the side of Stone Mountain is a huge carving of Robert E. Lee.
Didn't this guy do that one too?
Probably.
Jesse?
I don't
know.
Let me look it up.
I Wikipedia'd him. I think he did.
Of course he did, Robert E. Lee.
Oh, he was initially involved in it.
It's like, you can't undo that now. You have now permanently defaced this stone mountain.
Shoot the nose off of Robert E. Lee. That's the only way I'm gonna be happy. It's just like the Sphinx. Shoot, if y'all shoot Robert E. Lee nose off, you can keep him up there.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we can change out who's on our dollar bills. We can move a problematic monument or statue out of the public square. We can do all these things, but when you start messing with mountains and stuff, like you can't,
look,
can't course correct.
Maybe Gutson just had a very specific skill set, and there wasn't a lot of demand for it. So he's just freewheeling his own ideas. He's like, "What, 4 presidents? Secret room."
He probably was an Eagle Scout when he was a kid. He sounds like
probably. He probably got all those merit badges too.
Sounds really Eagle Scouty for sure.
Eagle Scouty.
Yeah, it's pretty ambitious, but I do think it's cool. I do think actually just the idea that there is a secret room that was intentionally built, behind Abraham Lincoln's hairline is like you can at least appreciate the ambition of this project, if not thinking it's probably a massive waste of time.
Do you know? I like the idea of like hiding stuff, like for future people to find. Like Bob Goff told me once that when he travels alone, he'll write notes to his kids and like bury it somewhere in that country or whatever, and then mark down the coordinates, and then like one day he planned to like come back with them as an adult or something like that. And they would go together to find the thing that he wrote to their future selves back when they were babies or whatever.
What if they build like a Chipotle later or something?
Well, I think it's like,
this sounds like a romance novel.
We were in the White House one time and he was like, "Hey, you need to write a note to future Cohen, and hide it somewhere in the White House and then tell him where it is. And then someday," I was like, "Dude, I will get arrested if I'm seen rooting around the flowers in the rose garden trying to bury a note to my kid." Like,
that's definitely something only a rich white man would come up with. The rest of the world is like, "Are you crazy?"
Going behind that gate.
I don't even know how I got here the first time.
Like I just picture like Bob Goff walking around some random back hallway in the White House with a stethoscope, like tapping, like, "Not here, not here." Oh, there it is. There's a note. It's right behind that panel.
Yeah.
If we can, where's the carpenter? We needed that piece of drywall off. I left a note card to myself a few years back, and actually it's kind of sentimental, but I left a really good recipe on the back.
That's a level of money and access that's just like, that's crazy. He'd have been there so much. He's like, "You know what? You should do this. You know what? You should do this to me." Lecrae used to do this to me when we first started out. Like, Lecrae would be like, "Yo, you should buy this car. It's an amazing car." And it's just like, "Lecrae, you a millionaire, bro. I'm not even 1,000 there yet." You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, that's a very interesting. What's Jesse thinking this week? Well, before we wrap up, I want to thank Rebekah Lyons for joining us today. Make sure to check out her book, A Surrendered Yes. It comes out today, actually. Look at that timing. Also, head over to relevantmagazine.com to check out the newest issue of the digital magazine. We've got incredible, thoughtful conversations with Jessica Chastain, Need to Breathe, Philip Yancey, Andy Mineo, Julia Newbell, Jackie Hill Perry. There's so much good stuff. It goes on and on and on. Don't miss it. It's available ad-free presented by our friends at UHSM. Go check it out. So we're there at relevantmagazine.com. Just click on the magazine tab. Also, while you're at the site, make sure to sign up for our daily newsletter. I bring you the top 5 trending stories at Relevant every morning. You can sign up or you don't miss a thing. Keeps you in the know. It's great stuff. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm broke.
Broke minor.
Leave a note, Derek. Leave a note to your future self about how much money. Write a check to your future self and bury it in Naples, Italy, and then like one day go get it.
Man, they gonna have like a H&M built over that mug. I'll be like, "No."
That's my $1 million check.
There's a McFlurry machine right where I left my note. What's this to do with that?
It doesn't even work.
Worse of all,
Right, it don't even work.
There's a pretty good chance it ain't even working.
All right, we'll see you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast.
Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
I got a body cam on.
Relevant Podcast Network.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.